Well, Texas fans, I'm back again. BJ with Bad Talks. Happy Saturday. Oh man, Texas, number 18 Texas goes into Kansas State, wins 19-14. Uh, I was wrong. I picked Texas to win, but I picked us to win big. I don't know what I was thinking. What in the world made me think Texas could go into Manhattan, Kansas, and win big? We haven't won there since 2002. Again, I made a pick with my heart and not my brain. This is why I usually don't do points. I said we'd win 40-14. I was 1 point off from them, but 21 off from me. 3 touchdowns away from my prediction, man. I knew, I should have known it was going to be a tough game. But hey, we got the win. Texas is 4-1 now. So I'm gonna do a little bit different tonight. I said last week I wasn't gonna make a reaction immediately after the game, but I want to do that with the Kansas State game. I've only watched it once, and I'm not sure I paid a lot of attention in the second half because I was so nervous and emotional about it. I had some frustration, as we all probably did in the second half. And I'll go over some of that. But today, I think I'm going to do, and I did scribble down a little bit of notes, so you'll see me look down, guys. But I think today I'm going to talk a little bit about the good, and then some bad stuff that I saw for our Texas team. And then we'll wrap it up and start talking about OU a little bit later in the week. But what I like to do is I'll start off with the bad. That way we end with the good. How about that? Sound good? All right. First things first, 0 points in the second half. That's not going to win very many football games in the Big 12. You're not going to beat Oklahoma. You're not going to beat West Virginia. You're not going to beat Texas Tech. You're not going to beat these teams. Oklahoma State. That's 4 teams right there. You better put some points up in the second half. Now, I'm not going to overreact because I think we were 42-3 in the last 2 games in the second half, or last 3 games in the second half. And tonight we lost the second half 14-0. So, yeah, we got to score points in the second half. I mean, I felt like we come out flat. I was kind of worried about that. I thought when the third quarter was going, I told my brother, man, I hate these third quarters. I wish we just hate the third quarter. Wish we can come out the second half, go straight to the fourth quarter, be done with it. But we didn't play no different in the fourth quarter. You really didn't show anything until the final drive of the game. So 0 points in the second half, man, that was very disappointing. I thought maybe the coaches were holding back a little bit, maybe for the OU game. I don't know. I was reaching. I was picking at straws about why would we struggle so bad in the second half against a Kansas State team that's just not very good. But I also know Kansas State's going to play us tough. Kansas State always plays us tough. They could play Old Dominion at home next week and maybe lose, But it doesn't matter. When Texas comes into town, they're going to play tough. If you saw, I don't know if any of you saw it, but before the game, there was almost a fight. Andrew Beck with one of the Kansas State players. Kansas State had taken up the whole field before pregame, and our Texas guys couldn't even come out and warm up. So Beck, the guy he is, the captain that he is, he came out and got right amongst Kansas State. One got close to him and he kind of pushed him away. I was like, hey, man, get away from me. We're going to warm up too, pretty much. And I think Anwar Richardson posted this on Twitter to start off with, is where I saw it. Then another guy came over to Beck and kind of put his hands on Beck, and Beck threw the football at him. And he hit him kind of low, and the guy was saying some racial slurs towards Beck, and he kept calling Beck soft, but was backing away from Andrew Beck, which I don't blame him. Beck's a big old boy. So that kind of got us started. So we knew it was going to be tough. We knew they were going to be physical. Coach Herman said after the game, this is exactly what he told the players it was going to be like. It was going to be a physical, tough game. It wasn't going to be a blowout by any means. I thought maybe after the first half we were going to put our foot on their throat, but we didn't. We actually got away with some stuff. They dropped some balls, dropped a touchdown with 2 seconds left in the first half, stuff like that. So we got away with some. No takeaways, guys. We didn't get any takeaways on the defense. We come close. We come very close. I think we knocked the ball loose on a kickoff return, and Brandon Jones fell on top of it. I don't know how he let the guy lay on top of him and pull it away from him, but he did. Jones fell on it, and then he let him take it away. And then the next one, I think it was Hager come around and knocked the ball loose from the quarterback in the third or fourth quarter in the second half. And Nelson went to dive on it, and him and the lineman landed next to each other like that, and the offensive lineman was able to get on top of it. So we had no takeaways. I like to see some takeaways against this Kansas State team. But it's hard to get takeaways from them. I mean, it's a Bill Snyder coach team, and they don't turn the ball over very much. But we got to get some takeaways moving forward. We only averaged 3.8 yards a carry rushing. That's not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. That's overall with all the running backs that ran the ball. All with Sam, Ingram, Young, and Trey Watson. I'm just not going to get it done. I know Jamison had that sweep, but it was a toss forward, so that's more of a pass than anything. But, yeah, average 3.8 yards a carry. Not going to get it done in the Big 12. We got to run the football better. I can't talk about the O-line, the whole line. I mean, it felt like they were getting pressure and getting through a little bit. But, again, Kansas State's physical. So when I watch the game tomorrow, I'll break it down a lot better for myself. I won't talk about it much. We averaged 7 yards a pass play. Again, not good. Not good at all. Sam was inaccurate. He missed Duvernay wide open on the opening drive. I mean, wide open. And he missed him by 10 yards. I don't know how you missed that receiver wide open like that. I mean, that was crazy. Then he missed, Johnson a couple times on third down, which Sam was pretty inaccurate today. He missed some on some key third downs. Moving on, the bad stuff, 11 penalties. And a lot of them happened at the wrong time. We only had 2, illegal procedure, false start, whatever. The rest of them were pass interference. I think we had 5 pass interference calls. Our DBs just aren't making the plays on the balls, man. Chris Boyd's the worst. Davis, I think he's got a PI every game, 1 or 2 a game. And Boyd, I'm moving on to him next. But to me, Chris Boyd, I like Chris Boyd. I like his attitude, what he brings to Texas. But right now, Chris Boyd's overrated. I mean, everybody in the country talking about one of the best cover corners in the country. I don't know where they're getting that from because the kid gets toasted every game. And tonight was no different. If he didn't have a couple pass interferences, there would have been some big plays. So he's got to clean that up. I hate to call him overrated, because I love my Longhorns, but overrated means when someone thinks you're better than you really are, and that's kind of how it is with him. Again, we keep pulling him out of the game. I think he had 10 carries for 68 yards, 6.8 yards a carry, which I'll touch on that later when I get into good stuff. But drives me insane. I think it was second. Ingram was running the ball. Unless he's not 100%. I don't think he is. If he's hurting, then okay, I get it. Get him out of the game. But to bring in Young with 2nd and 8 and then run a zone read and he bounces outside, he's not hitting the hole. He's bouncing outside. I don't know why. You're not going to outrun anybody. And he loses a couple yards, man. The whole second half we kept pulling Ingram out of the game when it was crucial. Until the last drive of the game, and we leave him in. He touches the ball first 4 plays of the last drive of the game. Leave the kid in the football game. Again, maybe he's just not completely healthy. I don't know, but that one there is a no-brainer for me. We got to get that fixed. That's coaches. Got to get that fixed. He needs to be our primary running back. He really does. So I'm gonna wrap. That's the bad stuff. So I'm gonna wrap that up. I don't want to bang on the Longhorns too much. I was frustrated with them, obviously, in the second half. But it's a tough place to play. It's a tough place to play in Kansas State. So I get it. A win's a win. So now let's hunt the good stuff. All right, let's hunt the good stuff. That's what I'm gonna call it. Let's hunt the good stuff. Number 1, Texas beat them. All right, Texas won the football game. Hadn't won in Kansas State. Hadn't won in Manhattan, Kansas since 2002. Then it's the 4-game win streak. First 4-game win streak since 2013. 5 years. Texas hadn't won 4 straight games. Hey, guys, you got to take that and run with it, man. You really do. It's very easy to sit back and discourage and say, man, we should have beat this team a lot worse. But, man, I tell you what, this is Texas. Everybody comes for Texas. Mac Brown has always said that. Tom Herman said in his press conference, I want to touch on that real quick. I'm at 10 minutes. But Tom Herman had said that Mac Brown called him early in the week and said, hey, look, I'm going to tell you something. Tell the guys, the team that they see on tape is not the same team they're going to get on Saturday. I can promise you that. And Mac Brown was correct. That he's right. Mac Brown's been around the game for a long time, and he coached a lot of Kansas State games, and he knows how Kansas State is, and that's exactly what happened. But 4-game win streak. This is a huge one for me. This is the 4th game in a row that Texas had the ball last. They took a knee to finish the game. That means they're learning how to close the football game. Texas hasn't been able to close the games. Last year, they could not close the last couple years. They couldn't close out tough games. But 4 in a row, they're learning how to close out games, which means they're learning how to win football games. And that's good for our Longhorns. This many turnovers. Goose egg on the turnovers. Congratulations, Sam. Running backs, punt returners, all you guys. 0 turnovers. That's good stuff, man. 2 games in a row. That's championship-type football. We got to keep that going next week, no doubt. We'll talk more on that this week. We got a special teams touchdown, punt return, 90 yards, I think it was, 80-something yards, I can't remember. But Jamison, man, I know the run was good, but my favorite part of that run, as soon as he caught it, he went about 5 yards in between defenders, and there was a guy coming in. He literally stopped on a dime, took a step back, and took off left and went up the sideline and was gone. You're not catching him. And then that boy Thompson flew by him to block for him. I'm impressed by that. But, man, I like to see special team touchdowns. That's good stuff. And I questioned at first, like, why is Brandon Jones back there? Why can't Jamison? But I understand we were going to call fair catch every time, and we didn't want to take any chances of having a turnover. And I'm good with that. A little conservative, but, I'm okay with that. We got a safety on defense. That's good stuff. Charles Min, who showed up in the first half, and Bregan Hager showed up in the second half. It's good to see Hager. It's good to see Hager come in there, man. I've been waiting on him. I've talked about him a little bit the last couple weeks. He showed up in the second half, had a pass breakup on a 3rd and 8 or whatever it was to keep the drive alive for Kansas State there at the end of the 4th quarter. Hager knocked it down. They punted us. We kept the ball the rest of the football game. So kudos to you, Hager. Good job showing up, bud. And Aminu had a hell of a first half. He really did. Heck of a first half. And he calls that safety, or he tackled a guy for a safety. Ingram has 6.8 yards a carry, had 10 carries. I'd like to see that kid get 20 to 25 touches. As much as I like Trey Watson in there, maybe he could be our 3rd down back with that little swing pass or screen, which we don't run screens, it doesn't seem like. Maybe we will this week because OU's going to blitz us. But I like to see Ingram hit the ball some more. I've already said that. 8 different wide receivers caught a pass today. 8 different wide receivers. They're spreading the ball around. And that's okay. But I'd like to see 3 get it. Colin Johnson, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Devin Duvernay getting the ball. I get they got to get a break and all that, but let's get them majority. Which, they get majority of the touches, but I'm not going to complain about 8 receivers touching the ball. 2 more. Yaks. We had some good yards after catches. Yards after carries. First contact, we were breaking tackles. Running backs were breaking tackles. Sam was breaking tackles. Colin Johnson caught one on third and medium, and he was 5 yards short of the first down. Stopped on a dime. Defender flew by him. He cut up field for the first down. Big play by Colin Johnson. But, yeah, our guys are continuing to make people miss. They're breaking tackles. Again, I've been waiting for Texas. Every week I watch teams all over the country do this. And I would always tell my buddy and my brother, like, man, why can't Texas catch a ball wide open and run? Why can't Texas break tackles? Are we not strong enough? And I think it goes back to Yancy McKnight's weight program or conditioning program. I really do. That and my last good thing is about Texas is their toughness, their composure, and their will to win. This team was composed today. They never looked worried. They looked flat, but that doesn't mean they looked worried. They stayed composed, and they had a will to win. They wanted to win the football game. And then, so with all that, the good and the bad, overall, it's a win. We're 4-1. I'm happy with it. I'm okay to get out of Manhattan. That's kind of why I'm doing the video tonight. I want to get it over with, get Kansas State out of my mind until next year. Start thinking about OU because we all know that's a big game coming up. But so it'll be 4-1, number 18 Texas, 4-1 going into Dallas against number 6, I think it is, Oklahoma, unless some things change. In Dallas at 11 o'clock next week. We all know it's going to be a good one. OU hung 66 on Baylor today. Also gave up 33. But I can promise you this. You're not going to score 66 on Texas, Oklahoma. All right? So that's about all I got, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Like I always say, hit the subscribe button for me, man, if you don't mind. And send me some messages. I want to talk back and forth with you guys about some football. I like when I get messages so I can talk to you about it and see what you think about the Horns fan. See what you think about our team. And I like to hear from Horns fans. I like to talk football with you guys. I'll do shout-outs, whatever you want me to do. If it's somebody's birthday, anniversary, whatever it is, I'll shoot it out to you. But I appreciate you tuning in. Once again, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you hit a thumbs down, let me know why. All right? I don't think I'm missing a whole lot. Again, I just kind of want to get Kansas over with. And be looking for the OU preview probably Wednesday night or Thursday. I want to do some extensive research on that and get ready for this Oklahoma game that I truly think we can win. That doesn't mean I'm picking us to win. I'll have those predictions at the end of my next video on my OU preview. Once again, guys, Texas, good win, good hard-fought win. I like to see the composure. I like to see the toughness. And I like to see the will to win. All right, enjoy this one, guys. BJ with Bad Talks. Hook 'em.